I know that when founder-led brands that are selling on Amazon get past the 5 million in revenue mark, they sometimes maybe go a little bit wrong. What are the common mistakes that you sometimes see at that phase of growth?
Yeah, it's a great question. First, I want to define founder-led because it's such a common profile on Amazon, and it plays a huge role in why brands hit this wall. I would also say 5 million, like, it's not just when you hit 5 million, it can be at any time, really, but like brands will hit a wall on Amazon. Founder-led really means that the person or the people who started the business are still running the show. Okay, they wear a lot of hats. From product development to logistics to marketing and customer support. And they've really built a business that drives revenue, but in that rush to grow, they haven't had the time or the Amazon acumen really to optimize their business for long-term success, on and off Amazon. And so the most common mistakes I see from founder-led brands, or maybe another way to think about it is like solo Amazonpreneurs, okay, is it's all tying back to these missing systems. And here are three mistakes I commonly see. So the first is chasing competitors instead of building a strategy. At Digital Pedigree, we have this philosophy that you should start where you are. And that means rooting every action in your data and your own Amazon journey and not getting distracted with why, brand X is outranking you, as an example. The second one is no scalable processes. So early growth often comes from hustle, okay? But to scale, you really need to bring process to what can be a really chaotic environment. And that's probably one of the first lessons I learned at Amazon, bringing process to chaos, because Amazon's really chaotic internally. And that's where our Digital Pedigree Flywheel comes in. It's a 4-part framework that I'd love to share with you guys because it's born out of both mine and Jason's best Amazon practices. So the first part is inputs. And really, this is like asking, does your catalog have structure, content, is the pricing that you have making you retail ready to convert traffic? The second part is data and mechanisms. Do you have the right reporting processes and business reviews in place and tied to your goals? Do you even have goals? There's a lot of brands we work with that don't. And so those two parts are like really the foundational things that drive businesses. And we often come across really seasoned brands, like even 10, 20 million, I'm telling you, who are stalled because they just built this business really fast, but with like a shaky foundation. And then once you have that foundation, you're ready to move on to the third part, which is customers. Okay. Customers are really the fuel that drives your growth. But if your acquisition or retention strategy isn't efficient, you're going to be spinning your wheels. And we also see a ton of brands who have just started throwing money at trying to acquire customers, and then they're sending those customers to bad inputs essentially, and it's not converting, and there's wasting money. And then the fourth part is testing and iteration. At Amazon, when you launch something, it's really just V1, you call it, okay? And then, you iterate, you're continually improving. And so having that discipline to learn fast, to grow smart, and to continually improve is a really part of success. It's what sets the brands apart from those who aren't doing this kind of a framework or something similar. The last mistake I commonly see is trying to do it all. Founders really wait too long to get help. And I'm not sure if you guys are familiar with the name Sarah Blakely. She founded the company Spanx, okay, shapewear, okay? And years ago, I listened to an interview and she said something that I think really captures this risk well. She said, as soon as you can afford to, hire your weaknesses, because what you're not good at is usually also what you don't like. And that's where fractional support, I think, can be such a game changer for these founder-led brands, for any brand, really. And we often, at Digital Pedigree, will step in for just 2 to 5 hours a week, but that can unlock massive growth for our clients.